Okay, my name is Кейт Везерол and I'm a knowledge management specialist at the Canadian Cooperative Association in Ottawa. We're an international development organization and we work to grow and establish cooperatives in developing countries around the world, Africa, Asia, the Americas, and parts of Eastern Europe. We're headquartered in Ottawa and we do a lot of work in knowledge management and process improvement, and that is the subject of my poster this year. So I am a practitioner and my poster is practice-based versus project-based, and I think that that's what a lot of people here at the Canadian Knowledge Mobilization Forum really connected with, because it's tools and techniques that they can take back to their organization and implement with their staff teams. So my approach is very visual in nature, and thus it's titled the Visual Management Toolbox. And as a practitioner, I use lean process improvement as well as knowledge management to work with our staff teams across our programs and projects to deliver stronger, healthier, qualitative and quantitative impact and program delivery. So I'll talk to you a little bit about some of our techniques that we use in our toolbox. We can start with the Knowledge Bulletin, which is a bi-weekly newsletter by and for staff. It is focused on 3 areas: learning, improvement, and innovation. Innovation meaning what's happening that's new and different in our work. The Knowledge Bulletin is a way that we can create a common bond in terms of sharing the good practices and lessons learned that we all experience as project managers in our work. And it connects the staff in Ottawa as well as our field office staff in our field offices in developing countries like in Sierra Leone and Colombia, who also receive our bulletin. Twice a year we do learning weeks, and I have images here from our Knowledge Bulletin featuring our last Learning Week in January. And Learning Week is a deliberate attempt for our staff to pause and reflect on our work, who we are and why we do what we do. So we take 3 days, we go off site and we look at success stories, lessons learned, and try and ask those big questions that we don't otherwise get a chance to ask. We're going to have our next Learning Week in September, and we're already gearing up for really interesting conversations and an agenda that's full of looking at some of our research outcomes, looking at the Sustainable Development Goals and what they mean to us. Lots of really rich dialogue and adult learning opportunities for all the staff to engage in. Another thing that we do is put up our knowledge sharing and learning on our knowledge wall. So the knowledge wall is a space that would be otherwise blank in any other office organization, but that we've dedicated to learning and sharing. It's in a high traffic corridor, and we have a learning calendar, a bulletin for sharing important information, and we post other interesting things that are relevant to us. So right now we have a copy of the SDGs, we have a copy of our co-op principles, and other things that are important to us as we practice our work. I use the knowledge wall, the white space on the knowledge wall, to share out impact statistics, report outcomes, strategies, things that we're thinking about, and I do it in really interesting, fun infographics. Part of the tenets of knowledge management as well as lean is visual storytelling. So Kamishibai is one of the storytelling practices in lean, and here I have an example of our final evaluation report where we took the image of a mountain and the tracking system of going up the mountain to measure our progress and milestones in our evaluation reporting. It was a fun way to engage all of our staff in an important organization-wide activity. We also like to tell our stories and track our achievements through personal touch points. So here's my colleague Anna Brown. She's the monitoring and evaluation specialist, and she likes to do Gemba walks or Gemba walks in lean, and that means go and see where the work is being done. So she likes to go and touch base with partners, consultants, and our staff members and see where she can provide support. What's going on? Are things progressing well? It's a great way for her to constantly monitor that her work is being supported and delivered, and it really epitomizes her role in monitoring and evaluation as a critical friend. Another thing that we do in and around Lean is process improvement work, and we do a lot of Kaizen events and process mapping. Kaizen is a Japanese term, again with Lean, that means change for the good of all. So we look at our processes from A to Z and the roles and responsibilities therein, and we try to identify ways. So where's there a bottleneck? Where is there an overburdening? Where is there a replication of effort? All of those things impede workflow, and we try and have as smooth workflows as possible. It also helps us in terms of project delivery, making sure that we get evaluations and reports and special events delivered on time. What all this work does, the knowledge management work and the process improvement, it enables us to focus our work on the value add activities, partner relationship management, developing new tools, looking at new processes, talking to our colleagues, and making sure that we're learning and sharing on a constant basis. At CCA, we like to think of ourselves as a learning organization, and all of these tools are ways in which we live that out on a day-to-day basis in our office.